Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, let's wait for one more minute. It is the strength I'm waiting for more than 100. We'll start. And let me know, have you gone through the example which I gave you yesterday to practice? Yeah, I want more replies. Have you executed? Have you gone through the program? Is the concept clear? Okay, good. And anybody facing any problem or any doubts regarding yesterday's session? Yes, guys. Any more doubts? I think I got 2 replies. No doubt. Anybody having any doubts? Let me know so that I will clear and just move on. Okay. So, let me discuss that program, yesterday's one, which I gave you, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay? Now see here. So now, all of you please, and let me know how many of you have executed this program. Anybody executed? Okay, good. So, have you got the same output which I gave as comments beside? Yes, good. Now see here, I'll just justify, if anybody is not clear with static and dynamic binding, just now look at here, let's discuss one, have a brief introduction regarding that and just move on. Now, yesterday itself I told you, so see here. Yesterday we came across, so 2 screens I can't present it at a time, so I pasted some code here and some code there, the same code, in order to show you. So see here, first see the classes. We are having the base class B, and we are having a function f Now let me know what type of function is f. Is it a virtual or non-virtual? Yes, good. It's a non-virtual function. Okay, it's a non-virtual function. Now what type of function is g? It's a virtual function. Directly by representing the keyword virtual, it became the virtual function. Now coming to the derived class d, again we are having the same functions f and g, which belongs to the derived class. Now the same f, we don't have the virtual, so it's a non-virtual function. Okay, and g is virtual. Okay, now remember. Okay, now we'll go on to the code. We'll come across each and everything one by one. Now BB. Now what we are doing, first we are creating an object for the base class. Now what type of object is this? It's a normal object. Yes or no? These two lines are the normal objects, and these two lines are the pointer objects, and these two are the reference objects with respect to the reference variables. Okay. Now these are the normal objects. Now first, these two lines with the use of b and d, I am trying to call the functions f, g, f, g. Okay. Now b dot f. Now when you go with b dot f, then it comes to the line number 6. So b dot f. Now b dot f means directly the base class method will get called. So what is the output you will get? b colon f. Okay. Now b dot g. B dot g means, now here you are having a keyword called as virtual. Now yesterday I told you, when you are having a virtual function, it has to check in the derived class whether again the g's function is there or not. But it will not check. Why it will not check? Now if you see this particular object, only object has been created for the base class. It is not referring to any other object. Okay, that means only you can be able to access only up to this class level. Okay, so when you refer to the b dot g, then directly only this method will get accessed, and you will get the output as b colon g. Okay, now next, come to the next level. D, I'm creating an object for your derived class d. Now I'm calling a method d dot f. D dot f means what kind of method is f? It's a non-virtual. So directly this will get called. Okay. Now again here d dot g. Now it's a virtual method. G is a virtual method, but now what I mean, d is a virtual method, but the same method present in your b and d. So the base class method will be hidden in your derived class method. So yes or no, if both methods are with the same names, then base class method will hide in your derived class. So what is the value you will get? This is the output you will get, d colon g. Okay, this scope resolution actually you call it as. So this is the output you will get printed. Okay, so up to here I hope it's clear. It's a direct calling of a method without, I mean, as it is a normal object, the thing virtual will not play any role while calling the methods. Okay, now I told you, I mean, all these things all comes under the static binding itself. I mean, this particular thing comes under the static binding. Okay, now here when you come here, Now, dynamic binding is possible with the help of combination of two things. What are those? I told you yesterday. Can you answer me? Dynamic binding is possible with the help of combination of two things. What are those? Yeah, pointers references plus what? Object should be a pointer or reference type, and then what type of method you should have? Yeah. Okay, pointer variable or reference variable plus virtual function. Okay, so that you can take it. Now let's go with this example now. Okay, good. Okay, guys. Any more answers I'm getting from you? Yeah, virtual function and address of the deriver to the base. I mean, reference we are going to access. Okay, good. Now see here. Now, what is this now? These two are nothing but the pointers. Okay. Now, when you see the first line of this, now base class pointer is referring to the base class itself. And next line, base class is referring to the derived class. Now, in the first level, you can be accessed only up to the base class. Yes or no? Because two pointers, I mean, two things, two objects are referring only up to the base levels. Okay, base class levels. Now, when you see here, it is base class reference, base class pointer reference is referring to the derived class object. That means this total scope can be accessed with the help of the base class. Okay, now let's go with this. Now see here. Now what is the first one? PB of F. PB of F. What type? PB refers to only base class. Yes or no? That means only up to this level you can access. Now, PB of F. PB of F means only you can access these F. Okay. Then PB of G. Directly you can access only these G. Right. Now next come to PD. Now when you access the PD refers to your derived class. When derived class means you can be able to access base class as well as derived class. Okay. Now look at here. PD of F. PD of F means now what type of variable is this? PD belongs to the base class. So it will refer to the base class F. Now it will refer to the base class F. It will now is this function is virtual? No, it's not a virtual. So directly it will access only base class F function. I mean it will execute base class F function. Okay. Then PD of G. PD of G means now as it is a virtual, now G is what type of function? Virtual function. So next it will check for whether in the derived class, that means now it will check in the derived class level whether G function has been overridden or not. Do you have the G function again in derived class? Yes. So now what it will do? It will try to access the D from your derived class. Okay, is it fine? As base class is referring to derived class and type of the function is virtual, it will refer to your derived class method. So, as same method is present in your derived class, base class method will get overridden in your derived class. So now what it will do? It will try to access this output and print. Okay, that's all with your pointers. And the same scenario works with your reference variable as well. So the same, if you see here, First line we are referring to only base class, and second line we are referring to your derived class. So when I try to access first two lines refer to the base class itself, and second two lines it try to check first if function is a non-virtual function, so directly f will from the base class can be accessed, and in the second level as it refers to the derived class variable, it will check for the derived class whether G has been overridden or not. So it will access the value from your D. So that's all the example from your the yesterday's example which I gave you, which undergoes static and dynamic binding. So you can see here, this is the overview which undergoes static and dynamic binding. Now when we are saying it undergoing dynamic binding, when you are having the keyword as virtual, you are saying it as it is undergoing virtual. It is undergoing dynamic binding. If you don't have the virtual, then you are saying it as it is undergoing static binding. Is this clear? Any doubts? And still, if anybody is not clear with this is the explanation, and I can show you the same output you will get. The same output you will get when you execute. See here, as shown in your PPT. See, you can see the same output you will get. BBDD, then previous D, previous D. The same code which I executed. Okay. Now let me know. Are you clear with static and dynamic binding? When you are having virtual, then it undergoes dynamic binding. If not, it will undergo static. I mean combination plays a major role. Okay. Now, so here is the time to answer to my question. Now let me know what is the option. I'll give 5 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. Please go through this and give me the answer. These are the lines which have to be executed, and these are the options which is the correct option. Give me the option. And I want more replies, not from only 2, 3 or 4 members. If by looking at one option, others are keeping, you got the same answer for everyone. Everyone guessing it as C? Got more replies, only a single option. Any more options you are predicting from anybody else? Yes. Any more replies? Okay, good. All gave the answer is C only. Good. Those who gave the answers. Now, so I hope it's very clear. This example, simple one. So the first function, first is a non-virtual and second is a virtual function. And here we are trying to call with the help of pointers and reference variables itself. So when just now I told you with a combination of either pointer or reference variable plus virtual, it comes under with combination of pointer or reference variable plus virtual comes under dynamic. If not, it comes under static. So first is a non-virtual. So all the methods here 1, 2, 3, 4 statements are non-virtual. So directly it comes under the static binding. And these 4 comes under the dynamic binding. Straightforward. Okay. Fifth is clear for everyone. Done. Any more doubts in static and dynamic binding? Shall I move on? Okay. Now see here. So till now we came across virtual functions. So now we'll come across the definition and what do you mean by polymorphic type? We'll go with the definitions. Okay. Now see here. Dynamic binding is possible. Till now I keep on saying. So here is the definition. Dynamic binding is possible only for pointer and reference data types. Okay, that means objects should be of the types and for member functions that are declared as virtual in the base class. Okay, now these are called virtual functions. Now already I explained these parts. Now only just I have to go through this. You people also go through this, and if you have any doubts, then let me know. Okay. If a member function is declared as virtual, it can be overridden in derived class. It's a very important point. Now, if a member function is declared as virtual, now what it indicates? If a member function, what is a member function? This is a member function. If it is declared as virtual in base class, and suppose if you are writing, again if you are writing a method in your derived class, then this method will get overridden in your derived class. Okay? Now, okay, that means in derived class, this method will no longer exist. Only you will have the code related to this. Okay? Next point. If a member function is not virtual and it is redefined in the derived class, then the later definition hides the former one. So this is important. Hides the former one. What it indicates? Now if you see here, you are having f. It's not a non-virtual function. And again you are having f in your derived class. If same function is present in your base as well as in derived, then it will get inherited in your derived. Okay, this base class method will get inherited in your derived, but what it will happen, this will get hidden. Okay, it will get, this method will get hidden in your derived class, and this will only it will get accessed. So here definition hides the former one, that means the before one will get hidden. Okay, now when you will call it as a polymorphic type, any class containing a virtual member function by definition or by inheritance is called a polymorphic type. Okay, now what it indicates, now see here, study again this, any class containing a virtual member function by definition or by inheritance. What do you mean by definition? That means in the base class itself we may declare it as a virtual function, and in derived class no need of defining again it as a virtual. When you inherit, that derived class method will also become virtual function. It acts as a virtual function. So you will be saying it as by definition or by inheritance, then you call that class as a polymorphic type. Okay, now here you can see here, now suppose here I define it as a virtual. Now in the next level, if I am not defining it as a virtual also, what it will do, as it is B is inherited to D, the same virtual scenario applies here. Okay, that means here also G acts as a virtual function. Now, hierarchy, means hierarchy is nothing but the classes how we define. It might be either polymorphic or non-polymorphic based upon our requirement. Okay, if you are having non-polymorphic, that means without virtual methods and everything, it may be having some little value. That means you might do a little amount of work rather than doing more having more flexibility. Okay, next. So now see here, observe this example carefully. Now here is a combination how the virtual varies from class to class in a hierarchy. Okay, observe clearly all of you guys. You are having three classes, A, B, C, multi-level inheritance. You can see here, class B inherits A, next class C inherits B. That means A, B, C, right? And in each and every class, you are having three methods, F, G, H, F, G, H, F, G, H. Now look at here. Are you paying attention, everyone? It's very important. Forget about the comments. First you listen to my explanation, then you can see everything. Now, void F. Now, if you see here, in three lines, in three classes, observe the function F, only F. Okay? Now, in class A, what type of function is F? Non-virtual. Okay? In class B, what type of function is F? Non-virtual. Then in class C, what type of function is F? Non-virtual. That means in all levels, F acts as non-virtual itself. Okay? Now, coming to the G. Now, G is a virtual method which is declared in class A. Okay? In next level, what I am doing? Through inheritance, I am writing redeclaring the method G. Now, as once when we declare it as a virtual function, then in below classes, inherited classes, it will take it as a virtual function. Okay? So now, here G is a virtual function at base class level. Now, when I inherit in B's class, then G will become virtual, and again C class is inheriting B. So here also in C's class, G is a virtual function. Okay, so that's what we have written in the comments. Virtual, virtual, virtual. Okay, now observe this H. All of you. Now if you observe H, What type of H function in class A? It's a non-virtual function at this level. Okay, non-virtual. And in B, what I am doing? I am making this non-virtual function as a virtual function in the next level. I am redeclaring as a virtual. That means at this level it acts as a non-virtual. And in next level, what it will do? I'm making H as a virtual. That means in below inherited classes of your B, it acts as a virtual function in the next levels. So virtual void H. That means at this level H became virtual, and next C is inheriting B. So at this level H will become virtual. Okay. Any doubts? Now go through this figure, virtual and non-virtual. Clear, guys? Now H, you need to understand H, remaining both are easy to understand. So H at A is a non-virtual. In class B, what I now see here, in class A what I am doing? In class A it's a virtual function. Sorry. Which one you are having doubt, Harshita? Which function? Okay. In class B, if I declare H as non-virtual, then in class B it will be non-virtual itself. And in class C also it will be non-virtual. Okay. Here in class B, I made H as virtual. So in the below inherited class, it will become virtual. Is it clear? Okay. Suppose here also just I inherited, okay, here I didn't made it as virtual H, okay. In the next level, suppose if here I made it as a virtual void H, then in the next levels of classes, suppose class D inherits C, then in next level if I am having the H again, then there it acts as a virtual function. Harshita, I think this problem exists only for you every time. Guys, is the voice clear for everyone? Okay. Okay, thank you. Is it clear, Siddharth? Okay. Now, let's move on. Now, see here, observe properly. I want the answer from you, okay? I will explain this and you have to give the answers for this, right? Now, see here. What is the hierarchy we maintain? Now, what is the level of classes we have? See, A. Okay, let me write in a sequence itself. A inherits B. Okay. I'm not drawing boxes and everything. Hope you understand. C. Okay. A is a base class, B is a derived class, and C is the next level. Okay, multi-level. Okay. Now this is the figure what became. It was in the previous slide. Okay. Now see here. What is the first line in the main? B star Q equal to mu C. That means what it is going to refer? B is referring to a C's object. That means the base class B is referring to a derived class C. Hope you understand. This base class reference, before examples we didn't take multi-level, only 2 classes we took. Now here we are taking the 3 classes. Base class, first we are taking the middle one, okay? Base class B is referring to your derived class C, okay? Now, that means how you can access? from B class itself, B to C. Okay. Now see the next line. A, we are creating a pointer variable, is referring to Q. Yes or no? Observe this properly. A's object is referring to which one? B's one. Yes or no? B's reference. That means B's reference. B's object it is referring to. Yes. Now internally this is an object, right? Internally this object, that means this Q is referring to C or not? Are you understanding, guys? This Q, from Q, I mean using this object we try to refer from base class to your derived class. Okay. Now from A I try to refer to your B. Okay. From A I try to refer to your B. But internally this object is referring to C. 1 minute, I have to write down. Is referring to C. Yes or no? Let me write this Q also here so that it will be clear. Okay. Object is C is referring to C. Now here A's object is B. Okay. It is referring to which one? It is referring to Q. Okay. Q. Which internally indicates B implies C. Is it clear? That means what you can do, what you can observe from B, you can from middle level. That means from B you can access C. From A you can be able to access B, which internally redirected to C. That means A, B, C. Is this line clear? Please try to understand. All of you. Is this clear, guys? One more time. Okay, for you, Sridhar, I will repeat one more time. See, Q is referring to C's object, yes or no? So Q, I mean base class B is referring to Q's object, okay? From base class B, I can access B as well as C, okay? That means if the virtual function is there, then it will look after in your C's derived class also. Okay. Now, here, see the next line. A star B implies Q. Now A is a base class. A is a first base class, right? A, so object is P. Now, internally what it refers to? A is P is redirected. I mean P is assigned to Q. That means it is assigned to Q. What actually Q is related? It is related to B to C. So B to C. Now you can observe from P, I can access P's object is, I mean from A, you can be able to access B as well as C. As Q is related to B to C, you can be accessed next level of classes, which is present in your Q's object reference. Okay. Now, what you will do? 1 minute. So here is the okay. So I didn't type. Good. So I hope now look at this. take a rough paper and let me know what will be the output of this. Just try to identify. So I think everything is not getting the same total screen. This is a program. Please match this and let me know the output. What you will get for these statements. I want all the statements at a time output. First, you can give 3 set of statements output at a time and then you can go with the next. Okay, Rahul. Check the answers. Ganesh, you are going wrong. You are not taking the combination of virtual or non-virtual function. Blindly you are giving the answer. Just check it out. I told you. It should be a combination of virtual and non-virtual. First part you left and second part you are considering. Guys, more replies? Only few answers, 3 to 2, 3 members. What about remaining? I'm waiting for your answers. Any more? Okay. Can I expect some more replies from you? Yeah, at least for the ones which you are clear, you can give the reply. If you are confused or if you are not confident, anyhow I will tell you the answers. Then you can correct it. Okay. So check your answers. Here are your answers. A, first one is A is F, C is G, A is H, B is F, next C is G, C is H. How many of you are correct? What is the first one got? I got from Rahul. Okay, first correct answer I got from Siddharth. Good. Next, Ganesh, you are going wrong. I think Venkat Maheshwara. It might be a typing mistake, but you are correct. I don't know. Sri Harsha, correct. Good. I think 3 to 4 answers. Members gave me the correct ones. 3 members. Now look at here. See, listen. Now, P. Now if you see P is what referring the A's class, right? And I told you internally P is referring to BC. Okay, B and C. Now, if you have a function in A, you can check in B as well as in C. So now check it out. Now P of F. P of F means first it will go to your A's class. Now what type of function is F? Is it a virtual or non-virtual? It's a non-virtual function. So directly you will get ASF as output. I hope it's clear. Okay, it will not check in the below classes, below derived classes. Directly you will get ASF. Now P of G. P of G means, now you can see, now what type of, it will go to your base class A and it will look after the G's method. Now what type of method is G? Virtual. Yes or no? Virtual method. Now in the first base class itself, G is a virtual. Then in next levels also, G acts as a virtual. Okay. This will be a virtual method here. Okay, this will be a virtual method here, as well as it acts as a virtual method here, and in the next level also it acts as a virtual. Okay, so directly from A, as you are having the links from B to C, and as it is a virtual method, this method will get overridden in your B's class, and again this method will get overridden in your C's class. So now what is the output you will get? C's G you will get. Okay, the second P of G, you will get it as C's G. Hope you are following. Now, P of H. P of H means it will go to your base class A. You have to pay the attention, guys. If you go or dream somewhere else, points will get missed. Now see here. P of H, that means it will go to your base class A. Now here it will see what type of method is H. It's a non-virtual. As it directly a non-virtual, even though it is having the links, it will not check in the below levels. So directly what is the output you will get? ASH only you will get as output. Okay. Now first three set of statements, what you will get? ASF, CSH and ASH. Okay, it's very clear. It's a non-virtual, so directly from class it will access. As it is a virtual, it will go from these to C and again this will get accessed. And it's a non-virtual, so directly ASH will get printed. Right? Now come to the next set of statements. Q equal to mu C. That means we are least bothered about A now. From here you have to consider. Okay, now B itself I am taking as a object reference equal to mu C. That means from here to here it will consider. Now, what you will do? Q of F. Q of F means you are having F here. What type of method is F now? Non-virtual. Here, yes or no? As it is a non-virtual, then what it will do? Directly you will get B's F as output. Now, Q of G. Q of G means here what type of method is G? Here we are creating an object for B, but B is inheriting A. So now this B is a virtual method. Okay, this G acts as a virtual method. Now what it will happen? It will try to access. Now it will try to access C's G. As it is a virtual at this level G, it will act as it will access C's G. Okay. Now next see here Q of H. Q of H means now here H is we are making H as virtual. Here H is a virtual. Now as it is a virtual method, it will try to access C's H. Is it clear? So now what is output for next set of statements you will get? Here F is directly non-virtual method, so you will get B's F. Okay. Now G is virtual. How it became virtual? As it got inherited. That means B's class got inherited from A. So this G method got behaves as a virtual method. So it will try to access C's G method. So you will get C's G as output. Okay. Now Q of H. Q of H means in these class we are making H as virtual. So in below classes it will act as a virtual method. So from here this H will be accessing C's H. So what is the output you will get? For next three set of statement, B's F, C's G, C's H. Hope you are clear. Any doubts? Are you followed? Now I will give a minute. Please go through the example once and try to match the statements. If you are having any doubt regarding anything, let me know. Ganesh, is it clear? You gave me different answers along with explanation. Thank you. Guys, it's a little logical. So which involves your attention. That's all required for these concepts. Interest, along with that interest is required. Let me know at this point of time. Anybody else having any doubts regarding today's topics? Are you clear with the examples? I mean concepts? Okay, good, thank you. So, okay, this is for you. One more. I'm nice training more. I want your answer from you, and I'll leave you for today. Okay, one program I will enable and I'll stop. Give the option, correct option. And I'm not going to help you now. You have to give the answers. Yes. Rahul, check it out. Which one is the correct option? You are giving options for me. Anyhow, I'll give the answer. But you people be content only with one option. Check it out. I'm giving time 1 more minute. Those who gave the answers, I got 3 options from you. A, B, D. So which one is correct? And if you want to change the options, you can change and post it in the chat box. Simple, just keep the points which I told you, keep on saying and try to match. Okay. Any more answers? Shall I reveal? I don't know. After so many examples also, why you people are getting confused? Huh? So after my so many warnings for you, yet few of you gave me the right answers. So correct option is D. D is the correct option. So now look at here. So if you observe these 2 variables, BD, what type of variables are those? Normal variables. Those are not related to either pointer or reference. So when B equal to D, D equal to D means you are trying to assign the D to this. But as B is a normal variable, B dot F, B dot G means if you try to access only the values from your base class. This assignment will not work. If it is a pointer variable or reference variable, then this assignment will be taken into the consideration. Okay. So now B dot F, B dot G directly, it will refer to the base class function values. Okay. Now, so first 2 outputs are these, base F, base G. Next 2. So RB is referred to here base. That means what type of variable is this? The reference variable is referring to your derived class object. That means from base to derived you are having a link. RB dot F. It will go to your F. Now it will check for your virtual, non-virtual. Now F is a virtual. So it will check in the derived class whether it has been overridden. Yes. Okay, next RB dot G. Now what type of method is G? It's a non-virtual. So it will not go further. It will try to access base G. So which is the correct option? B. B. I think you got confused with this line. I keep on saying you, dynamic binding will be possible only with the, or virtual functions will work only with, what is that out? F is virtual, so it has to go to derived. Else, now go with the virtual function definition, Sridhar. See here. Dynamic binding. Now this concept, everything comes under the dynamic binding. All the concepts are interrelated to each other. Okay. Now, when you will make it possible with pointers and member where. Okay, if either of one is missing, you can't do anything. Now it's a normal variable. If you assign this also, it will not take this virtual. Okay, that's it. It will not take the virtual into consideration, as B is a normal variable. I mean normal object variable. Okay, if it is a pointer, or then done. So if you have doubt, you can exit. I think this is the option. Yeah, D is the correct one. Now, it's time to perform a task, and let me know if you are having any doubts. You can post in the chat box. Okay. Yes, you can start doing, and still if you are having any doubts, you can post it in the chat box so that I will clear you. You want to PPTs? I'll share the material, guys. Okay. Yes, please, today's question is little big. Try to read twice or thrice, then start doing it. It's it is based upon the concept of virtual base class. Okay, and a little bit of code is given. You should not modify that. Okay, you should not delete or remove that. Using that, you have to do. Yeah, we'll do it in the next class, Anish. Okay, but today it's okay. You may it get little strained. If possible, one day we'll keep only for this questionnaire so that we'll have more interaction with you people. Okay? And let me know, are you able to do the programs on test data daily, and it's must difficult ones I'm discussing in the class itself, and the concept related I'm keeping in test data. Directly you can apply the concept and you can do the programs. See, everyone, it's must to show your performance by evaluating the programs. 100%. The star count should be increased.